Good morning, everyone. It's Halloween time already. And what's associated with it more than dressing up in creepy costumes? Nothing! So here's the video on how I made mine. Basically, not so long ago, my friend came up to me and proposed with a genius idea of making a duo costume of puppet and a puppeteer, and I simply could not say no. I adored that idea. Of course, in order to create something, we need to design it first. Here comes the only part where I knew what I was doing. I started to think about what we could do as soon as my friend proposed that idea, from summer to be sure. So even before we were 100% certain we're going to do it, I already had a lot of image inspiration on Pinterest, from which my friend chose what she liked the most. She wanted to do a winter circus theme with a red and black and white color palette, giving me those photos as the inspiration. The rest was all up to me. Because I'm a shorty, I had to be a puppet in the duo, as it is uncomfortable to pull strings if your doll is higher than you, and that was the whole idea behind those costumes. We even agreed that I will be wearing flats and my friend will be wearing high heels. So, what will be a great design for a living doll, you might wonder? Well, there's a thing called fashion philosophy. Basically, it says that your clothes are affected by your social class, culture, and personality, but also your humanity level. Applying that to a puppet that only recreates the appearance and the movement of a human, we might consider that she is just 50% human, so she might be wearing not a full set of clothing, but just a lingerie? So a set of Victorian-inspired underwear with a gold crinoline it is. But wait, those also need to be cute. No worries, even though not many people will consider historical lingerie as a cute thing, fluffy skirt and a ruffled choco blouse will save the situation. Same thing with bows, a lot of them, on my hair, clothes, body, all over. But enough about me, let's talk about my friend's costume now. Well, it appears I'm great in styling clothes for my almost androgynous body, but when it comes to the curvy ones, I have no idea what to do with them. That's why I invited my another friend who has some experience in creating theater clothing. She also can sew, which is perfect because last time I used sewing machine, it blew up. So that's what we designed with her. In contrast to my costume, my friend's one needed to be more strict and bossy. That is easily achievable with a waist corset and a tailcoat. There also needed to be much more red color than my costume had, because danger and stuff, and of course, some bows to balance my over-the-top design. Also, a personal one for my friend is to have a cylinder hat and asymmetrical sleeves because symmetry is boring, come on. So we decided to do a balanced sleeves for her. Of course, there was some parts of the design that I disagreed with, but I will not argue with the decision of the only person who can sew in that farce. The designs of the costumes are all done. Now we need to actually make them. Some parts like corset or blouse we already had, and some like tailcoat we was able to buy. Well, I mean, we bought one normal coat that can fit my friend and one child tailcoat, from which we cut off the tails and stitched to the normal coat. We used what we had, but everything else we needed to do ourselves. The only things that we needed to sew was skirt and sleeve for my friend, and a lot of bows for me. And of course, I did not do that part. Don't you remember the explosion? But no worries, there is a lot of other things that I had to do. For example, crinoline. I hated it. Let's start from the fact that there is a lot of different crinoline styles and each of them has its own measurements. I wanted to do the cupcake style, which means that each next tube gradually decreases in the amount of increase. Good explanation, Aka. Everybody will understand it. So I bought plastic water pipes, cursing all the gods, somehow turned them into 3 loops. Really, round ones. and then wrap them into a gold lace. Everything is so easy. Before I had to turn 3 separate parts into one and messed up all the measurements, and now it's a nickel. But who cares? Then is the top hat, which I thought to do from a cupboard, but then I saw that one perfect hat in a charity shop and thought, screw it all, I will not make myself again. So everything is left is the cross with which you manipulate the puppet. It's quite easy and just 2 sticks and some lace. Yes, lace, not invisible string, because it will look more interesting so, especially in the darkness. Perhaps you will be able to see it. Of course, there was some small parts that I did not mention in that great detail, like chemistry lesson of me trying to do so that my balls will hold the shape, and me cutting tights into a socks because I cannot wear tights. I think I also forgot to mention something that I cannot remember, but who cares? Now it's time for some makeup and finishing touches, and we're good to go to scare the crap out of the human beings. Or not. So that's how I made my Halloween costume. Will I show it? No. It's all a trust game. Well, maybe on my Instagram. Overly, I loved making it. Especially the sewing part. Yes. I mean, it was a great experience making my own costume that I usually avoid by paying a lot of money to a real costumiers. I also really love the end result, which is super shocking because I had a lot of doubts about it till the very end. So thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you liked it, and happy Halloween everyone. Goodbye. How to pronounce
crinoline.
Yeah, it's crinoline.
Crinoline.
Crinoline. Of a human, we might consider that she is just 100. Why 100 if it's 50%? The math ain't mathing here. Of course, in order to create something, we need to design it first. Here comes the only part where I knew what I was doing. Why is it so hard? How can I kill birds? Yes, you. You don't know it too. Okay. By the way, for trick-or-treating, you're supposed to have a bag for your sweets. Usually I use this one because I'm a vampire or a demon, or it's just black so it doesn't stand out that much. But this time I won't be able to use it because not just it's going to ruin my costume, but also because I'm going to have a ties on my hands and I won't be able to use bags. So where can I put my sweets? People who know about historical clothing might already know what I'm talking about. My bag, it's right here. Nothing sexual about it, just history.